Alladin and the Whispering Lamp. In the bustling city of Agrabah, a clever boy named Alladin spent his days navigating the crowded markets. He had no gold, but he had a heart full of dreams and a pair of very fast feet. One afternoon, a tall man in a dark, swirling cloak named Bahir approached him. "I have seen your agility, boy," Bahir whispered, his voice like dry leaves. "Follow me to the desert, and I shall make you richer than any sultan." They traveled deep into the sandy dunes until they reached a jagged rock shaped like a dragon's head. Bahir chanted a strange, low spell, and the very earth began to groan. Suddenly, the ground split open, revealing a narrow stone staircase leading into the dark. "Go down and find an old brass lamp," Bahir commanded, pointing a long finger. "Touch nothing else, or the cave will swallow you whole." Alladin descended into a chamber that took his breath away. The walls were lined with trees bearing jewels instead of fruit, and piles of gold coins rose like shimmering hills. He remembered Bahir's warning and kept his hands tucked tightly in his pockets. He moved past the glimmering rubies and emeralds, searching for the one thing that didn't belong in such a magnificent place. At the very back of the cave, sitting on a plain stone pedestal, was a dusty, dented brass lamp. It looked like a piece of junk compared to the diamonds around it. Alladin reached out and grasped the cool, heavy metal. As soon as his fingers touched the lamp, the cave began to rumble. Rocks fell from the ceiling, and the entrance far above began to seal shut with a terrifying crash. "The lamp! Give it to me!" Bahir shouted from the shrinking opening. Alladin realized Bahir didn't care about his safety. "Help me up first," Alladin cried. Enraged, Bahir sealed the cave, leaving Alladin in total darkness. Scared and shivering, Alladin rubbed the lamp to clear the dust so he could see. Suddenly, the cave exploded with bright light, and a massive, smiling figure emerged from the spout. "I am Vapor," the figure boomed. "Your wish is my command." With a snap of Vapor's fingers, they were no longer in the dark cave. They soared through the sky on a patch of magical mist, heading back toward the city. "I want to be someone who can help my people," Alladin said. Vapor nodded, his eyes twinkling. "True power comes from within, but a nice set of clothes doesn't hurt." In a flash, Alladin was dressed in fine silks, ready to face his future. Alladin visited the palace gardens, where he met Princess Shirin. She was tired of people who only cared about her crown. Alladin didn't talk about gold. He talked about the stars and the world beyond the high palace walls. They spent hours walking among the jasmine flowers. "You are different from the others," Shirin said, smiling. Alladin felt a spark of hope. He finally had a friend who saw the real him. But Bahir had not given up. He disguised himself as a traveling merchant and paced outside the palace walls. "New lamps for old," he shouted. Shirin, seeing Alladin's dusty old lamp on a balcony and wanting to surprise him with a shiny new one, made a terrible mistake. She traded the magic lamp for a polished fake. Bahir laughed, grabbed the lamp, and vanished in a puff of dark smoke. Using the lamp's power, Bahir tried to take over the kingdom. He trapped the palace in a whirlwind of dark energy. Aladdin knew he had to act. He didn't have Vapor's magic anymore, but he had his quick wits and his brave heart. He cornered Bahir on the highest palace roof. "You may have the lamp," Aladdin shouted over the howling wind, "but you'll never have the heart to control it." He lunged forward, knocking the lamp from Bahir's hand. The lamp fell into the courtyard, and Vapor returned to Aladdin's side. Bahir was banished forever, and the kingdom was safe. Aladdin turned to the genie. "For my final wish, Vapor, I wish for your freedom." The genie's shackles shattered, and he let out a joyful roar. Aladdin and Shirin stood together, watching their friend fly off to see the world. They knew that their own greatest adventures were just beginning.
Hey friends! Wait! More exciting episodes are on the way. But before